ZENNI VR Lenses versus HonsVR Lenses. Which one is the best? At least which one is the best for me? You will have to decide for yourself which ones you like after watching my video. Well, let's see the difference between the two. It's right now. Alright, first let's unbox the ZENNI VR lenses and find out what's included in the box. And here we go. So right on the top we see that it's made for Meta, so at least this company apparently was able to get in collaboration with Meta to make those. In this little booklet or box, it's a box actually, what we have. It looks like the lens themselves, so I'll put them on the side for now. In case if you want to carry them around or store them, if for example you only need lens but someone else in your family or friend who use the headset does not need lenses, you can store your lens, oh look at that, in this nice box that comes with this fiber cloth branded with their logo. But it's a foam, it's like a very nice soft foam here where you can store your lens when they are not in use or when you want to transport them somewhere else. Here we go, it's like some kind of magnetic lid, so that's great. Nice blue box. Here we go, I like blue in case if you didn't notice. Everything is blue, everything is great, and that's all for the box. Now let's check the lens. See how they look like. And look at that, another negative point right there. Me who thought it was a US company, as you can see, it's made in China. Yeah. Maybe that's why they took their time to ship it. Ah well, it's good to know, good to keep in mind. Hopefully it's a good quality and not a crappy imitation quality. We are going to find out right now. I have the feeling that ZENNI will regret not sponsoring me for this one. Anyway, up, getting the lens. Okay, at least they are well packed, except for there. Look like they're like, all right, never mind. It's like a little paper envelope. I was expecting something with like foam to avoid scratching the lenses while they are in shipping, moving in this envelope, but hopefully they are still intact. And at least there is some foam there. So I say nothing. There is a tiny bit of like a padding here inside this envelope. And I'm not going to touch the glass with my finger. I'm going to leave tons of fingerprint, but lens number 1 is here. Let's see, lens number 2. Same thing, same little padding envelope. Lens number 2, it's here. Let's wear some proper glove, anti-fingerprint, and I'm going to check those out. Here we go, anti-fingerprint gloves are installed. That way I'm not going to put fingerprint everywhere on the lens, and now I can check them out. So lens number 1, that look like to be the right one here. So that's what they look like close up. They say they do have anti-reflection coating on them. So far they reflect a little bit my studio light here, but not so bad that I can see myself, just a little bit the LED of my studio light. So here we go with the little ridge or corner here that snap into your VR headset. We're going to install those in a bit, but so far I wanted to check those out closely. And now, for now, I'm going to leave that in the box. It's curious enough that when you want to put them in the case, in their case, in the normal way, it's not fitting. So I suppose you have to put them upside down like so. Now it's fitting. So that's good to keep in mind. Let's check the second lens, the left one. All right. No blemish, except some dust. I can see some dust on it already. So of course, before to install them, we'll have to clean them correctly. Maybe use a little air duster to remove all those little dust particles. You don't want to trap any dust between the lens and the VR headset lenses. So that's great, so far so good. Let's put that back in the case as well, like so. And hop, good to go, good to install. Next step, the VR headset installation. And of course, some air blaster to remove all the little dust particles that dropped into the lens while I was doing that. I'm not inside a clean room, but I want a perfect vision once the lens, the prescription lens, are installed on my headset. Here we go. And that will be my left one. Here we go. Just putting it here over the lens. And once I'm happy, I just press firmly until it clicks. There we go. It just clicked. And of course, I realize there is some dust inside, so I have to repeat the process. So it's a bit finicky here. It didn't clip well on this side here. If you can see, there is like a opening here, slight opening here. But no matter how hard I press, I don't want to break something. It does not clip on this side, but this side, the bottom, this side, and the top are clipped at least. All right, let's do the second one, the right one. And in case if you don't know, there is a R here on the bottom of the lens, of the prescription lens, and the L on the other side, so that will remind you which side goes where. So R printed under the lens here, where I point my finger at here. And let's try to clip this one this time, see if it clips well. It's always a good idea to support your headset in the bottom, so when you press it, you press the lens, it's not going to press against the camera in the front of your headset and break them. You don't want that. So always put a hand to rest under the headset, and then you can press the lens correctly. There we go. I heard a click. It's only one click, but hopefully the whole lens is installed now. Now, once installed, the ZENNI lenses looks like that. They don't take too much space inside your headset, and they go perfectly around here the edges of each lens, as you can see here. The only problem I had with those lenses is this. So even once firmly installed, as you can see, but that's the only issue I have with the ZENNI lenses. They look good on the headset, and my vision it's also good. That means the prescription have been done correctly on the lens. Now, once installed, they are only 5mm thick, and they take about 4.5 centimeters, so 45mm wide on the widest point. But of course, what I like with those lenses, it's the fact that there is no light between the lens and the body of the headset, compared to this model, this other model that I saw that is also magnetic, and you can see some light between the body and the lens, which is of course not good. So ZENNI lens install, that's how they look like. Now let's install the HonsVR lenses and see how they look like compared to the ZENNI. Okay, now it's time to unbox the HonsVR lenses, VR lenses, and see what's included in the box. So right away on the top of the box, they send us our prescription to confirm that we selected the right prescription. And I didn't select blue light filter, no, here, because it's not very important for me. The main thing was the lenses to be able to see clearly with my VR headset. Then, next step on the box, we do have a social media card. That way you will be able to find them on the social media in case if you want to follow them or ask them some question. And then we have a microfiber cloth here in this little cardboard box pouch. Let's find out how it looks like. Here we go. Just a basic fiber cloth with the HonsVR logo on it. And now we are going to the main course, which is, oh look at that, this nice little case, transportation slash storage case with the with a hook like rope hook here, so you can hold it like so, and of course zipper. So that's great, and that will be all for the box. Now let's have a look to see how those lenses look like compared to the ZENNI. So opening the case, and here we go. We do have the lens adapter separate. The back says lens adapter on both. I don't see any lenses in the case. That means they're probably here with the adapter. And in the back of the bag, we do have L and R that will let you know which one goes where. All right, let's put the left one here for now, and let's open the right one, find out how it looks like. And here we go. I'm pretty sure. I was like, I'm pretty sure I ordered the one that are magnetic, but look at that. They are so thin that I thought they forgot the adapter, but no, it's so thin that it's actually here. Look at that. Magnetic right here. Tuck. So they are very thin, not takes too much space compared to the other brand that I put now on the screen that have very like a huge space here, and then you can see light between the lens and the adapter. So that's great. Another reason why I went for HonsVR. And well, looks great so far, and it has some prescription for sure. As you can see, it magnifies a little bit the writing over there. So that's great. Well, now let's install those on the headset and see how they look like. A quick side-to-side comparison between the ZENNI on my left and the HonsVR on my right. So that's the two lenses. As you can see, they reflect both the same way. I didn't select any blue color filtering on any of those, so that's how they are. Of course, both of them have the anti-reflective coating, so does not do a good job apparently on my studio lights. But here we go. So that's the top. That's the bottom. And as you can see, it appears that the HonsVR lens are thinner than the ZENNI lenses. So it looks like this one will take less space even compared to the ZENNI lens inside the headset. And now the back of them. You can see here what slide into the headset edges on the ZENNI lens versus the HonsVR, the system that slide in the headset groove over there. All right, so that's both comparison, both on the right lens. So that's the right lens on the ZENNI again, and the right lens on the HonsVR lenses. To install those, I noticed that it's easier if you separate the lens from the magnetic support, like so, and then install the magnetic support first correctly, and then you can just snap the lens back on it. And even once you remove the lens from those pockets that tells you where the L, the left and the right lens are, it's not a problem, because even on the adapter, you have here a small letter, so that's the left one, and on the lens itself, they will also show you a letter here. So you cannot mix them up. Even when you remove the lens from the magnetic support, you know which lens is what and goes where because of this letter here and on the lens. So that's also a great thinking from the manufacturer. And here we go, now the support, The lens magnetic support is installed on both of the headset lenses themselves. Another advantage of that, of those magnetic lenses, is that I can from time to time remove the lens and clean up the own Quest lenses, like so. And in the meantime, you see me using some compressed air. This is, by the way, the only brand that does not have any deterrent in it. If you buy any compressed air can, like this one, most of them have deterrent liquid in it to avoid some people to inhale heat, I guess. Some people like to get high on that for some reason. But with the deterrent in it, it will leave a little film on your electronic. And especially when you clean lenses, I recommend you to get the brand without any deterrent. It's just air and you have no chances of leaving any residue on your lenses that way. But anyway, now the supports are installed, everything is good to go, everything is cleaned up. Now it's time to install the lens themselves. So here we go. Hop, clack, goes just like so magnetically. Same for the other lens. You see how thin they are without the magnetic support, by the way. Very no taking too much space in the headset. That's what you want with your lens. And hop, they attach simply like so on their respective adapter. Now let's see, compared to the ZENNI lens, how much space they take. Here we have 4mm actually, not even 5, 4mm high or thickness, and about the same 4.5 centimeter or 45mm in the widest part. So as wide as the ZENNI, but a little bit less high than the ZENNI here. And of course, once they are on, they don't go anywhere. They are really magnetically held very well in place. And as you can see, there is no opening, so the light cannot go in on the side here or here that I can see. Maybe a tiny bit here. But again, I will have to double check that the position of the lens themselves are well placed on their adapter. Well, time to use it and see how they look like and if the prescription is spot on as well on those one. But so far, so good. So that's the headset, that's the Quest 3 with the HonsVR lens installed on it. Alright, and after trying a few games with it, the HonsVR lenses works perfectly and the prescription is also spot on. So I like them as well. In conclusion, both of those VR lenses are very good. They work perfectly on the headset and the prescription is also spot on, so the company do a great job with that as well. But you can of course order those without prescription if you just want to use those lenses to protect your own Quest 3 lens from scratches, damage, etc. You can just order a batch without prescription that will work as lens protective system only. Otherwise, the good part of the ZENNI are that you can install them quickly. It's very straightforward and it's a bit less annoying than installing the HonsVR with the adapter to deal with, etc. They do not take too much space on the headset, although they take a slightly more space than the HonsVR once installed. But of course, like I just said, the negative side of the ZENNI is the fact that you cannot remove them easily. If you remove them often, some people said online that they had trouble, sometimes even the lens break, so they are not meant to be removed all the time. You just place them on your Quest 3 and that's it. You use the Quest 3 just for you with those lenses on and you are good to go. Also, the box, it looks very nice. So when you want to remove the lens and you want to store them, you can use this very nice hard plastic box that has some velvet style here from inside. So here we go. Now with the HonsVR you get this nice little hard case with the logo on it. Here we go. But inside the case it's pretty basic actually. And it's just like a foam padding here on the bottom and a little pocket here on the top, and that's it. So your lens most likely will be like one lens here and one lens sitting here to avoid to damage them once the case is closed and then you transport them somewhere else. So That's to keep in mind versus the ZENNI case. The case will be a little bit less protective on the HonsVR brand. Now, for the lens themselves, advantage, of course, as you saw, is the fact that they come with a magnetic mount. That way you can remove them and put them back in place anytime you use your headset. And of course, you remove them if you share the headset with your family or friend. And another advantage is that you can just remove them when you need to clean the lenses of the headset itself and then put them back in place without any damage to the lens or the support versus ZENNI, which are known for breaking once they are removed too often. So great advantage of the HonsVR, the removable magnetic system. It's really the main reason for getting this one. And of course, they take a little bit less space inside the headset compared to the ZENNI, as I showed you before. But anyway, here you go guys. ZENNI or HonsVR, you decide compared to what you want to do with your headset and how you want to use it, and also what is more convenient for you. For me, I'm going to just leave the HonsVR lenses on my headset because I'm planning to share it with some friend, and that way I can just remove them when my friend use it and put them back in place when it's my turn to use this fantastic headset. All right, thanks again for watching. Hope this video has been useful, and as usual, see you next time. Bye bye. Ok. Maintenant qu'on a fait les photos, on y va. What's the difference between the two? It's right now. Easy peasy, huh? The system that slide in the headset groove over there